Hello, welcome to AnAuraChicBeauty channel. I'm really excited to start a new series on my blog and YouTube channel called Beauty Budget. I know a lot of people can't afford mid-range to high-end brands like MAC or Giorgio Armani, or they don't have access to these brands and want to find something that's similar at the drugstore. So on my blog, I'm going to be reviewing products that are similar, but obviously at a more affordable price. And then on my YouTube channel, I'm going to show you that you can do a complete makeup look when you're on a budget. For the first look, I'm doing this shimmery metallic bronzy taupe eye. It's a little bit dramatic, a little bit of a smoky liner, and then I'm pairing it with a glossy berry lip stain and a glowy Peachy-Pink blush. Let's get started. To start my makeup, I like using primers to help keep the products lasting all day. So for my face, I'm using L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. It's for the face and it has this creamy kind of silky texture, and I just use a tiny bit with my fingers. And you can just apply it where you need it. So it's supposed to help minimize the look of pores, fine lines, things like that. And so I'm just going to spread a thin layer. This will also help the foundation to apply a lot more smoothly. Then to prep the eyes, I'm going to use NYX Cosmetics HD Eyeshadow Base. This is very similar to the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. It has a kind of creamy nude color, and I just apply a little bit onto my finger and then spread it onto my eyelids all the way up to my brow bone. And you just need a thin layer. This will help keep the eyeshadows lasting all day without creasing or fading. The one thing with this eyeshadow primer is that it takes a little bit longer for it to dry and kind of creases a little bit along the way. So just make sure that it's completely blended and that it's completely dry before you put any eyeshadow on. Finding the right foundation is a huge challenge to shop for, especially when you can't test it out at the drugstore or there are messy testers that you don't want to touch. You have to find the right formula that is going to be suitable for your skin type, as well as find the right shade that's going to match your skin tone. So after trial and error with 3 wrong foundations, I finally found the one that works for me. This is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi, the Healthy Luminous Makeup in the color N1-2. It's in the lightest color, Soft Ivory, Classic Ivory. And I'm not the lightest of skin tone, but even I had trouble sometimes finding a color that would match me. A lot of times it'd be just way too dark, so I can understand the trouble in finding drugstore foundations, but this one matches me really well, and I like it because it has a dewy finish. It has 40% water, so it's going to be very hydrating, which is perfect for my dry skin type, and it gives light to medium buildable coverage. It's very natural and feels comfortable wearing it on, and bonus is that it has a pump. Most of the foundations I've tried would just have an open top, and so it'd be really messy to pour it out and kind of wasteful. You waste a lot of product that you don't need, and so I just pump a little bit on the back of my hand, and to apply I'm going to use the Real Techniques buffing brush. And I've been loving this brush to apply foundation because it's very dense, so you can build up the coverage by using the stippling technique, but then it has a little bit of movement at the tip, so you can buffer it in really well so it's well blended. There aren't a lot of drugstore brands that make full coverage concealers, but I did find one by Physicians Formula. It's the Conceal RX Physician Strength Concealer in the shade Fair Light. This is supposed to cover everything from blemishes to dark circles, scars, birthmarks for up to 12 hours. Unfortunately, there are only 4 shades, 2 correctors, and then 2 skin tone colors. Fair Light is actually just a touch too light and a bit too pink, but it works for me if I blend it in. And so I just apply a tiny bit on the back of my hand, and I'm going to use my Deluxe Crease brush, which I've heard that this is great to apply concealer with, and taking a little bit of the product and then just applying it where I need to conceal. Apply a little bit around the nose to cover the redness. Then I'm going to apply a little bit under the eyes just to correct any of the dark circles. Highlighter concealers are really popular right now, so I'm going to be using one by Maybelline. It's the Dream Lumi Touch in the color Ivory. These are just like the MAC Prep and Prime highlighters that I've used, or the YSL Touche Éclat, and you can use them under the eyes to brighten the eye area. So I'm just going to apply a little bit to the inner corner. If you have super dark circles, this may not be enough coverage for you because it's supposed to brighten but not completely correct the dark circles, so you may need a corrective concealer underneath. But I'm also going to use this other parts of the face to brighten those areas, so that's going to be under the brow, right on the brow bone, and on top of the brow, bridge of the nose, and then the cupid's bow of the lip. Then I'm going to use the same Deluxe crease brush to buff it in. To set my makeup, I'm going to use Rimmel London Stay Matte Long Lasting Pressed Powder in the shade Transparent, which is basically a translucent color. And this is supposed to help control shine and minimize the look of pores for up to 5 hours. Even though I don't have oily skin, I still want to set my concealer. So I'm going to use my multitask brush and just take a little of that powder and then lightly dust it under my eyes. Since I have dry skin, I want to leave that dewy finish, and so I'm going to keep the rest of my face powder free. For my brows, I'm going to use NYX Auto Eyebrow Pencil in the color Charcoal. These come in many shades, so you're bound to find one that will match your brow and hair color. On one end, it has a little brush, which I like to use to brush down the hairs so I can see where I need to fill in. Then on the other end, it has the pencil, which has vegetable, coconut, and soybean oil, which makes it really soft and easy to apply. The pencil size is a little bit too wide for me, but I try to use it on the horizontal side, and so I can create more thinner lines. And I like to use this pencil kind of as a base to know what kind of shape I want to do. So I just use it on the edges of my brow and a little bit more on the tail. Just follow the natural arch. Also under the brow to make it more defined. Then I brush the hairs back in place and to also soften the pencil. Even though the brow kit comes with a wax, I didn't really like it because I found that it smeared and melted throughout the day. And so recently I've discovered that people have been using Maybelline Great Lash in Clear. It's actually a mascara, but you can use it the same way as a clear brow gel. So you just take the wand and brush through your brows. It really does keep the hairs in place, doesn't run, and it just adds a nice healthy shine to my brows. For my eye makeup, I'm first going to use Maybelline Color Tattoo 24-Hour Eyeshadow in the color Back to the Bronze. It's a shimmery, metallic, medium bronze color. You can use a brush to apply, but I'm actually going to just use my ring finger. The warmth of my finger is going to help blend in a lot easier, and so I'm going to apply it all over the lid, stopping right at the crease. Obviously, you can use these by themselves as an eyeshadow, but I'm actually going to use them as a base to help my powder eyeshadow bring out the color. I've noticed that matte eyeshadows are really hard to find. I know that shimmery eyeshadows are really fun and pretty, but matte eyeshadows can really help create depth to the eye. Fortunately, I found this palette. It's by NYX. It's the Bohemian Chic Nude Matte Collection palette, and it contains 24 eyeshadows, 18 on the first layer, which are all neutral wearable colors, and then on the bottom that it just slides out like so. It contains 6 more colorful eyeshadows that you could also use as liners, plus 2 blushes. And so this is a really nice kit because it can, obviously create so many looks in just a small palette. And so these don't aren't numbered or anything, but I'm going to first use this medium warm brown color with my Real Techniques domed shadow brush, and I'm just going to apply it all over the crease, placing the brush horizontally, just all over, just to lightly contour my eyes. And then I'm going to turn the brush vertically to help blend it out. I'm going to use that same color under the eye. Over the Color Tattoo Cream Eyeshadow, I'm going to use L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Eyeshadow in the color Bronze Taupe. It's a medium metallic taupe color, and these eyeshadows are almost exactly the same as the Giorgio Armani Ice to Kill eyeshadows. They are these kind of loose pressed pigments in these little jars, and they have beautiful colors but at a really great price. So I'm going to use that color with my shading brush to apply right on top of the cream eyeshadow, just patting it on. Make sure to tap off any excess powder so it doesn't have fallout all over your face. Then to darken my crease a bit, I'm going to use this dark brown color with another shading brush and just apply it onto the outer corners first. I'm angling the brush diagonally so that I can feather the color in and help fade into the crease. To highlight, I'm going to use two more of those infallible eyeshadows. The first one is called Endless Pearl. It has a satin finish, which is not completely matte, but it's not overly shimmery and frosty. And since I have a lot of shimmery eyeshadows on the lid, I want to keep my brow bone highlight a little bit softer and more matte. This one has a kind of pale cream color, and I'm going to use my detailer brush, which is perfect because you can fit this brush in a little area like the brow bone and in a corner. And so I'm just going to apply this color right under my brows, right at the arch. Then for my inner corner highlight, I'm going to use Ice Latte. It's a frosty champagne color using the same brush. For eyeliner, I'm going to use Maybelline Lasting Drama Gel Eyeliner in the color Blackest Black. These are almost exactly like the gel eyeliners that you see from Bobbi Brown and MAC, and it actually comes with a little brush which works really well. So I'm going to use it to line my top waterline. And on the top lash line, creating a thin to medium line. You can smudge it or wing it out if you like. Then for the bottom liner, I'm going to use one by Milani. This product has actually been renamed. It's called the Liquid Eye Liquid Like Eyeliner Pencil. It's a really long name, but I really like this because the color is super black and the formula is really great. It's super soft and creamy. You can smudge it, but it also sets once it dries. And so I'm going to line my bottom waterline and lash line. Then to soften the pencil, I'm going to use that dark brown color that I used in the outer corners of my crease and just apply it right on top, right at the lash line over the pencil, and just smudge my brush back and forth. Mascara is the one product that I often buy from the drugstore because it's a type of product that only works well for about 3 to 4 months, and then it starts to get a little clumpy or start smelling bad. So I definitely don't want to spend too much on it. Right now I've been loving the CoverGirl Lash Blast 24 Hour, and I'm not suggesting to wear mascara or any makeup for 24 hours, but I really like it because it holds the curl of my lashes really well, and I have short kind of stiff lashes, and I always have to use a waterproof formula, and I don't believe this is waterproof, but it does hold it really well and doesn't smudge or flake. So I've been loving this. And then for my false lashes, because I always have to wear them, I'm wearing the Eyeliner Natural Lights Double Lashes in number 205. These are one of my favorites. And again, I love buying false lashes from the drugstore because they're really affordable and they have so many different designs, from long ones to really full and thick ones, and you can still reuse them, and they're just a great find at the drugstore. For my cheek color, I'm going to use Milani Baked Powder Blush in the color Luminoso. It's a satin shimmer peachy pink. It's going to give me that pretty glow, so I'm not going to add any more extra highlight to my cheekbones. To apply, I'm going to use the multi-task brush, and this is a really nice brush because earlier I used it for a powder, but you can also use it for a blush, bronzer, and anything like that. And so I'm just going to apply a little bit to my cheeks. To add definition to my face, I'm going to use NYX Smooth Skin Bronzing Face Powder in the color Sunny. This is a very popular bronzer because it has a matte finish, which is going to still add that sun-kissed glow without adding any extra shimmer and still create depth to the face. So I'm going to use the same powder brush and just apply right under my cheekbones. I don't want a super harsh contour look, but I do want to add a little bit of warmth to my face. For the lips, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Color Caress Wet Shine Stain. These have become very popular because they're very similar to the YSL Glossy stains. They are a gloss and a stain in one, so they'll stain your lips, add a nice wash of color, but they'll also have a nice glossy shine on top. And I really like these because you don't need any lip liner or lipstick underneath. You can just apply it directly. And so I have two colors here. One is called Rose On and On, so you could wear this light pink color if you want a softer look, but I want to go for something a bit more dramatic and more bold, which is usually how I like to do it. And so I'm going to wear number 186 called Berry Persistent. There are different ways that you can wear these glossy or lip gloss stains. You can apply a thin layer all over and then blot off the gloss if you just want that stain look. When you apply it, you want to make sure that you just apply it from corner to corner and just smooth the product on, not rub it in, otherwise it starts to kind of get clumpy. So I'm just going to apply it like so. This is how the gloss looks with just one coat. You could definitely build it if you want the color to be more opaque, but I wouldn't apply too many layers because it starts to get a little patchy, so I'm just going to apply one more. That's it for the tutorial. I hope you like it. Let me know what your favorite drugstore products are in the comments below that I should check out. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded a video, and I'm really sorry, but I can see why March is called March Madness. And no, I haven't been watching any sports, but it's just been a really busy time. And a couple of weeks ago, I kind of hurt my right hip. I don't know if it's a fracture or it's just muscle pains, but I was resting for a few days, so it definitely took a while for me to film this, but I definitely have so many videos planned that I want to do, so stay tuned for that. And thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.